Hello everybody and welcome to the Do Your Thing channel, where today we're going to be making the Enchanted mirror from the live-action Beauty and the Beast. I hope I'm not too late for this because the movie was released a few weeks ago, but anyways, let's get started. Take a mirror and some wire. We're going to bend our wire to form as the pieces shown above. All these pieces of wire we're going to make will serve as the skeleton for our mirror when we add air dry clay. Make sure to make 2 of each of your pieces, and here's what your first 2 pieces should look like. Now we're going to make these spiral, bigger pieces of wire, and then repeat this process of making our pieces. And now we're going to be making the really cool crown part that goes on top by cutting and shaping a bunch of pieces of wire, and these are going to form the fragments of one big part, and now is to connect them all as a whole. I'm just hot gluing my pieces together. Of course, if you do want, you can use some super glue. But yeah, I'm going to glue those all together at that crown part. And I did add 6 additional pieces of wire to the top, or else it wouldn't really look like a crown. And here's what it looks like when you're all done. Now we're going to glue all our pieces of wire to our mirror. First I glued on that crown, then the other pieces, and make sure to leave some of the wire hanging out of the sides because we do want that sort of effect that the pieces are coming out of the mirror. And here's what it should look like. Now is just to cover this bad boy in some air dry clay. While I was covering it, I found it helpful to take water to smooth out my clay and cover any cracks. I also covered my wires last. On my craft store, I found these kind of cool looking stamp things, so I stamped my mirror with those to make it have a more vintage feel. I went ahead and covered the front and back of the mirror, and here's what it should look like. I don't suggest adding details in the middle of the mirror first because this process is so dirty. Now we're going to let this dry for 7 days or until it changes color. Fast forward, and here's what it looked like. I found that it had a lot of gaps and cracks, so I tried to fill those in with some super glue. Now let's sand our mirror down a little bit. Oh yeah. As I sanded it down, there was some pieces that fell off and more cracks, so I tried filling those in with super glue. Now we're gonna paint it. I use some bronze metallic paint, gold paint, gold leaf or gold flakes, and black paint. Start by covering your entire mirror in a layer of that bronze paint. I covered front and back and then let that dry. Now take your gold paint and dab it all along the mirror. Then after that, I went ahead and used some Mod Podge and gold flakes to scatter these gold pieces all along the mirror. We're going to take our black paint now and dry brush it onto the mirror, which is basically dipping your paintbrush in your paint, then wiping off the excess paint, then painting it. Wow, that was the word paint used a lot in a sentence. Okay. Using that black paint is going to give it more of a kind of rustic, weared down look. Now we're going to cover our entire mirror in a layer of Mod Podge. Once that's done drying, we're going to take this embossing powder that kind of looks like an illegal substance and Mod Podge to paint the designs on the inside of the mirror. I just painted Mod Podge on the outside part of the mirror, and while the Mod Podge was drying, I sprinkled on my embossing powder. If you do want to protect your embossing powder, then you can apply one more layer of Mod Podge on top of it too. And then you're done. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did like, please like it and subscribe if you want. And thank you so much for over 50 subscribers. I'm absolutely amazed. I will see you next video. Bye!